What's up, guys? It's the 6th best game reviewer on YouTube. This is Gameocide. I have made this twice now, have worked 5 hours on this review, and it's crashed both times. Hopefully this goddamn time will work recording this. And I'm sorry there's no sound. Another hiccup in this is it recorded it with no sound. I have no idea why. Let's start with the review. Let's go, guys. I talked about my GM and my league and things like that, but not much has really changed, so I'm just going to go with all the new things that we've added here now. With my GM and my league, you can actually start off on the off season now, so if a team was having a rough start, you can fix that rough start now. And a neat little thing they added for my league, you can do a league expansion and add 6 new expansion teams, which include any of the college teams, and advance them to the NBA. And now, after the draft lottery, trades are now allowed as long as players have been with the team for 3 months or on December 15th. And now all of the logic for allowing trades has been improved too. When it comes to the graphics and sound and things of that nature, not much has really changed. When it comes to like Stephen Curry or LeBron James, they might try to make them look as real as possible, but the game still looks great, just not much has really changed from last year's graphics and sound. When it comes to the audience members, you know they all look different really close up, and further you go out, they all look the same. And this year's soundtrack is filled with this generation's music, filled with beautiful dubstep and electronic. My Park obviously is back, and not much has really changed from the My Park, and it's really disappointing saying that because this is a really popular feature and I wish they would really expand more on it and make the HUD and inviting people and making your own My Park crews like an actual thing, and having a different amount of rep points with each crew and being able to stack crews and invite and recruit and things like that. A lot of people's favorite mode from last year, 2K Pro-Am, is back, and where people bring their My Career characters online and form custom teams that compete in full 5-on-5 games. Unfortunately, for me and a lot of other people, we can't even connect or play in this, so unfortunately I'm going to have to deduct it from the score because I've spent hours trying to get in and play it. Unfortunately, we cannot, so yeah. We have the new playoff mode. That's pretty cool. You can immediately go into the playoffs and set up your own playoffs on both sides and what teams you want them to be, and pick one team to play as and go from there. You can make it as easy as possible for you or as hard as possible. You can do what I do and play as the Kings and go against the Spurs, and they'll kick your ass. Last year's My Career mode was really one of the biggest problems 2K16 had. Now with 2K17, the career mode's so much better than it was last year, and it actually feels like you have a connection between you and the character you're playing as. And instead of starting out in high school, you start out in college now. While slowly making your way to the top and grabbing endorsement deals on the way, you also have a cell phone now, and you can contact different team members, even your mom or even coaches, and you can practice more, go hang out with some friends, and it'll really depend on your relationships and how you play with teammates as well. And the announcers will also talk about how they can obviously change and how you're reacting to different people. So having an option here is really nice. And I said I wasn't going through all the things, but I'm just going through things that are obviously important and people might know about. And you have My Team, and My Team's back. You open up packs of cards, and those are the characters you play as. And as you progress, going through challenges, while obviously playing real games, you unlock more and more cards to make your teams better. And you can also play your own team against someone else's team online. When it comes to character customization, of course, you can make your own face into 2K, and most of the time it ends up well. Sometimes you end up looking like a crazy monster. And also for My Park, you can change your gear and how you look, and not much has really changed. Obviously, there's a bunch of new outfits to pick from, but it's all kind of the same setup. You all purchase it, it goes into a cart, and you kind of purchase it like you'd purchase anything online. It goes into your cart, you pay for it, voila, you look beautiful. Alright, and man, it's NBA 2K16, 17, 18, and years to come, it's all gonna be good gameplay. These games are always fun to play, and it always gets you wanting to play more, whether you're in my park, doing the All-Stars now, doing Pro-Am, when it works, doing career mode, anything like that really gets you pumped up. I feel like now, though, the offense feels a little slippery, and what I mean by that is, like, there's a lot of options for offense now, and I feel like they need to boost D. Well, getting a nice streak going in my park, or even playing in my career, or the playoffs, or any of those things, for the most part feel really smooth, and like I said, the characters still look good, and things are still added to some of the characters, but, I mean, when it comes to all this character customization that they always talk about, nothing really has much changed. You're not gonna be like, oh my god, every audience member looks different. They don't, I mean, but when it comes down to it, it's still a great game. And making the main screen have like 4 to 12 second load times between each button click is kind of obnoxious, and kind of takes the going from one place to another in 2K17 strenuous at times, and makes the process just unnecessarily a lot longer. When it comes down to it, to all this, unfortunately we couldn't play Pro-Am, the My Park need to be upgraded, and some of the slippery offense, it's gonna get an 8 out of 10 on Gameocide.